But money still has to have value.
But it doesn't.
Money has to have real value. That I don't think that this experiment is going to work any better than the fiat experiment. But there, we'll see. The market will tell, because again, I think there's going to be lots of other digital currencies. There already are. And I think eventually there's going to be digital currencies backed by gold. And I think when you have a digital currency backed by something, that's better than a digital currency backed by nothing.
Right.
And you won't have as much volatility. People will be able to have confidence and put larger sums of money. I mean, you can't use Bitcoin as money. How can you make a loan? If I said, look, loan me 100 Bitcoins and I'll pay it back, and how do you know how to deal with a Bitcoin loan? What's the right interest rate? How much is a Bitcoin going to be? And people will tell you, well, this could either be worth $1 million or zero. Well, how could I put?
But isn't that the case with money as well?
Not real money. No, well, dollars. But
is there enough history involved in money that it has more?
Well, there is a lot of history, but I think eventually we can have massive inflation, and so dollars will collapse. But for most people, right? Most people's experience. Yes, the dollar loses a little bit of value every year, but I know what something costs. And something that costs $1 this year, maybe it'll cost $1.03 next year, or $1.05 or $1.10. Maybe it'll cost 95 cents. It's not going to go from $1 to $100. It's not going to go from $1 to a nickel.
And you feel like Bitcoin could?
Of course, it already has. And gold, I think,
what's the most variation that Bitcoin has faced so far? Like what?
Well, I've seen in a single day, 50% swings in the price. Generally, on a given day, I'd say the average day, it's probably 5 to 10% volatility between the high print and the low print.
Well, like I said, with the dollar bill analogy, dollar bill's hundreds of years old. Bitcoin's a little baby. The baby's going to figure it out. It's going to take some time to grow, go to school. The baby's got to have some life experience, get some hard knocks.
Well, it's a pretty big baby now. I mean, everybody knows about it. Everybody's talking about it.
Big baby because it's on growth hormone.
Again, the interesting thing is, everybody's talking about it now. It's all over the place, yet the price doesn't go up anymore. It stopped going up a few months ago. When everybody found out about it and everybody started talking about it, it went flatline, right, sideways. Now, somebody could say, well, it's forming a base, getting ready to have another rally, or this could be the top. This could be the distribution top, and the market could fall out. I mean, nobody, even the people that own Bitcoins, they don't know for sure which way it's going to go, right? It's a gamble.
I find it fascinating, though, because it didn't even exist even in a whisper 5 years ago.
But again,
no inkling that this was going to take place, right?
In a free market, you can have great ideas that work. You can have lousy ideas that don't. But, the market will ultimately be the judge. And, some things will work, some things won't. And again, remember I said, there are a lot of websites that were started in, the .com bubble in the 90s that are out of business. The internet's still here.
Somebody bought MySpace recently for a lot of money, right? Didn't they?
Probably not a lot compared to
that much?
500 grand. I don't know.
They sold it for 500 million. I think they bought it for maybe 15 to 20.
I don't know.
That's a lot of money for MySpace, man.
I don't know.
For what it's actually worth?
Maybe.
15
but
million?
Who knows what it's worth? I mean, look what people are paying, for the valuations on Twitter, the valuations on these stocks. I mean, they're nuts.
Look, I'm a big fan of chaos, so I love when things just go completely off the rails like that. I mean, I love the fact that something like MySpace exists, but I also love the fact that it just vanishes in the mist.
And again, and the thing is, so now you got Facebook. All right, but we don't even know if Facebook's going to be the place to be. A lot of young people now don't want to be on Facebook because their grandparents are on Facebook. It's not cool anymore. It's like, I got to do something else. So
I use Twitter.
That's worth $3 billion supposedly somehow.
What the hell? Well,
how is that possible?
I don't know. They turned down Google and Facebook for $3 billion.
Well, and here's the problem. Why is Snapchat valuable? I mean, it's an interesting idea, but they give it away for free. And because it's free, people will use it. If they try to charge for it, people won't use it because somebody else will give it away for free.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, maybe it's a fad. And of course, what does it do? It lets you send. Snapchat means I can send a photograph that's going to self-destruct. Right?
Exactly.
Who wants to send a photograph that's self-destruct?
We're a bunch of little perverts.
Or a teenage girl that wants to send her boyfriend a picture of her tits, but she doesn't want it showing it to everybody else. But you know what? That's a fad. Meanwhile,
that's not a fad. That's called being a teenager.
No, but the
value of that.
Not the program, the Snapchat, because somebody else can come up with one. Meanwhile, somebody's going to come up with a way to circumvent their safeguards, and you're going to be able to take a picture of it without anybody knowing. Well, meanwhile, you can already do that. You can just have a second cell phone, and you can take a screenshot.
Well, camera, anything. Yeah.
But eventually, somebody will come up with something that even allows you to do it on your own phone.
Sure.
And what is it? I mean, it's just why it's worth billions of dollars. They're not making any money. It's all betting on the come. I mean, people are like, let's get a bunch of people. You start a company. Let's give away a product, and then if we can get a bunch of people to use this free product, then we're going to try to assign a value based on the potential of figuring out how to monetize it in the future. But you may never figure it out.
Well, Twitter still hasn't figured it out, right?
No, they're still
not
losing money.
profitable, right.
And they may never be profitable. That's why anybody buying these stocks, it's just a shot in the dark. It's a wild gamble, which will most likely fail. I mean, the odds of somebody making money on Twitter who buys it today are very slim. Does it mean that you can't buy the stock and have it go up and sell it to a greater fool? You could, but there's going to be a bunch of fools who get left holding the bag. Because, the odds of it being successful are slim. And if it is successful, the odds of the success being good enough to justify the current price, astronomically low.
Lake Michigan, the Department of Energy, and Twitter. Twitter, too.
No, you can use Twitter. Just don't buy the stock.
Don't buy the stock, folks. Learn from Peter Schiff.
Use it, because it doesn't cost anything to use it. It's free.
It's true.
Yeah.
For now.
But if they start charging, nobody will use it because they'll use something else.
They'll come away. They'll definitely come.
It's easy to run a business when you don't have to make a profit.